and David, I love you both so much. Tori, you're so beautiful, you're smart, and you're driven, and I couldn't ask for anything more than a best friend. Thank you so much for always being Mom and Tor, and always being there for me. For all those nights that you made us food after a long night out, for all those times that you held my head up high when I was upset, and for being the most genuine person that I know. If you know Tori, you know that she always puts all of her friends first. She makes sure everyone around her is a top priority and is always making sure that everybody's okay. That they're fed, that they have a drink, and if they're not okay, you better watch out because sweet little Mama Tor becomes protective Tor. David, thank you so much for being such an amazing husband to my best friend. You treat her like gold. You're always checking in on all the girls and make sure they're doing okay. You worship Tori, and I'm so happy that she found someone to protect her the way that she protects others. What I love most about the two of you is how perfect you guys are together. I remember the day that you met at this romantic bar in downtown Orlando called Whiskey Dicks. The connection was instant. David was staring at Tori from across the bar, and he smoothly made his way over to talk to her. We continued to meet him and his friends out for the next few weeks. One night at this other romantic bar in downtown called the Staggered Inn, the two shared their first kiss. Tori was always so happy and talking about David. She couldn't stop talking about all of her dates and how he was just always making her smile. After a few months of dating, Monty asked Tori to go to Fort Lauderdale with him. I remember thinking that this is the moment my best friend is going to get the man of her dreams and the most perfect boyfriend. That weekend, David asked her to be his girlfriend. Tori came home with a new pair of heels and the biggest smile that I have ever seen. Seriously, it could have lit up an entire room. She was so happy, and it wasn't because of the heels, even though they were nice. It was because she had finally met her soulmate. A few years later, she went to brunch on a boat with David and his family and her mom. And I remember being on a beach vacation in the Cayman Islands, and she FaceTimed me. Well, we don't typically FaceTime, so I knew it was out of the ordinary. And of course, I looked my worst. I picked up the phone, and she had tears in her eyes. And it was that same look that she had given me when Monty asked to be her girlfriend. This was it. I knew it. She was engaged. This was the happiest moment of her life. Tori and Monty are the most fun, down-to-earth couple that I've ever met. Raise your hand if you've been to one of Monty and Tori's parties before. Woo! Well, each year, I always think that they outdid themselves, but I must say that this wedding is absolutely stunning. From the save the dates to the wax invitations. By hand. To the beautiful venue tonight and the white and maroon flowers. They really outdid themselves. Today has been so incredible, and I can't wait to continue celebrating tonight. David, you're a lucky, lucky man. Mama, protective Tor, will always be here for you, and I know you will take very good care of my best friend. To the sweetest, loving, best party-throwing couple that I know, cheers, let's celebrate. All right, I was looking at my phone, I was so nervous.
Great. All right, guys, this speech won't be too long, don't worry. This is going to be like a quick second. Let's see how I get this started. Many years ago, my brother met someone who would change his life forever. It was love at first sight, and as they spent more time together, he found out just how beautiful they were inside and out. I apologize, I'm so nervous, y'all. My brother was a puzzle, and this other person was his missing piece, and that person was me. Can we take a second to just admire this wedding? This place is absolutely amazing, and everyone here looks incredible, especially the bridesmaids. They all look gorgeous, and the groomsmen, we're probably the best-looking crew I've ever seen. Tori, I can't go any further until I tell you how beautiful you look tonight. I mean, you always look beautiful, but on this special day, your beauty shines like 1,000 suns. David, you're as handsome as ever, but it may be because Tori is sitting right next to you. My brother was 6 years old when he first met me. It was an ideal age gap to make sure you can beat your younger brother at just about anything. He was the perfect older brother. Whenever me and my sister would bother him, annoy him, he could beat us up 1-on-2. If you left us three alone, a fight could break out any time in the Montville household, and we would always scream, "Mom's room," and we would go, "Mom's room," and we'd all go fight on the ultimate battlefield on my parents' bed. My brother was the perfect older brother. I already said, I apologize. My brother was protective and a natural-born leader, but that may be because he learned that by making me and my sister do all the chores. And then forcing us to watch Independence Day after every meal over the summer. My brother, I was so lucky to be able to have him as an older brother. He taught, just know, the best qualities of mine have been molded by David. He taught me my love of sports. I remember when I was young, I was able to stay up late if the Dolphins were playing. He taught me courage. There was this one time we were at a ski resort, and we decided to try one of the toughest slopes. It was, I was 8, my sister's 11, and my brother's 14. As we get to the top, my brother and sister are like, "Heck no." They take off their skis and start walking down the hill. Next thing they know, their little 8-year-old brother is zooming past them at full speed. I would always do things like that to try to impress my brother and show him how tough I was. He was my hero when I was younger and my inspiration when I got older. So I was in 6th grade when my brother went to college, and it was really tough, but I knew he was growing up, and again, he was setting a really good example for me and my sister to follow in his footsteps. Every time when my brother would come and visit from college, he would make sure to spend a lot of time with me. He wasn't the type of guy who would just leave his brother at home. He would always bring me to go hang out with his friends. Speaking of his friends, a famous Greek storyteller once said that a man is known by the company he keeps. I felt like when I grew up, I had 15 brothers. They would beat me on the basketball court and toughen me up. I had my first beer in my brother's college dorm in Tallahassee. And all the crazy trips that we've always taken, you guys always brought me along, all those trips, being a part and bonding with all you guys, growing up, it meant everything to me. And I learned a lot of valuable life lessons. Like one time when you're on a, Brandon McDonough taught me actually that when you're on a boat and you have a really hot dog, just stick it in the ocean to cool it off. As me and my brother got older, our relationship became stronger. He'll always be my brother, but he also became my second dad. Sometimes I'd be like, "Can you just be my brother and stop trying to be my dad?" But that's who he is, and that's why I've nicknamed him the Godfather. He will help his friends and family no matter what the cost. And also, if he ever invites you over to dinner, he'll offer you a cigar and a glass of wine. I was in college when I first met Tori. We were both going to UCF, 2017 national champs, still undefeated. Let's go. Thank you. I remember like it was yesterday when my brother was talking to me about Tori. I was already in love with Tori, and I haven't even met you yet. The more time I spent with David, actually, there was a running joke in our family that when David and Tori first started dating, FSU had yet to lose. They won 29 straight games, something Florida has never done. And hey, sit down. And we were always afraid that when FSU would lose, David would scare Tori off. However, after the season we had this year, it's obvious, and they're still getting married, it's obvious their love is unbreakable. The more time I spent with David and Tori, the more I just remember how lucky my brother was to be with someone so beautiful. But she was even more beautiful on the inside. Another joke in our family is when David was born, he took all the clean and being organized genes. My sister took all the beautiful genes, and I took all the tall and sweet genes. But my sweetness is nothing compared to Tori. Tori is someone I admire and strive to be like. I remember one time I was talking negative about something, and she looks right at me, and she's like, "You're supposed to be the sweet one. What are you doing?" She'll always keep me grounded and make me the best person I can be, which is why I'm beyond words. I can't even explain how happy I am that you're going to be my sister and joining your family to mine forever. I love you. And with no further ado, if you guys could raise your glass. To my brother David and my sister Tori. Once upon a time, a boy loved a girl, and her laughter was a question he wanted to spend his whole life answering.